Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I haven't released a video quite in a long time now, and I really want to apologize first of all for not releasing a video, and this is because I was trying to save up small amount of money to get my audio set up well and going. So without wasting too much time, let's get right into the video. So for this video, I found a design online. I found it on Dribble. So if you go down to Dribble right now and check out what you see on the screen right now, you should find this design. Actually, I searched for contact form. I was trying to design a contact form for a website, so I just looked up contact form to find like a good UI for a contact form, and I found something like this. So I'm looking if we can all implement this in this video. So if we look at this contact form right here, we have a navigation bar up top and little text right in the middle. Then we have a form down here with some contact details, and the footer is right down here. So for this video, we will be creating exactly this, but we are going to be making some few changes because that's what creativity is all about, adding your own style and making things unique in everything we are trying to create. So for this video, I'm going to split this video into two. The first part is going to be the graphic part, which is going to be designing of this SVG background we see here. So we are going to design this SVG background in this video, and in the next video we are going to implement this on a web page. So for now, even if you're a graphic designer, a web designer, or even a web developer, or whatever you're doing, you can learn a lot from this video. You don't have to be a web developer to watch this video. You can actually be a graphic designer and learn how to create SVG backgrounds like this. Then the next video you can possibly skip that if you're not into coding and all that. But in the next video we are actually going to be coding this out. So for this video we are going to make the background we are going to use in the next video to code our contact form. So without wasting much of your time, I'm going to be using Illustrator for this video. So let me just bring in my Illustrator. So here I have Illustrator right now currently open. So the first thing we are going to do here is to click on the new on your menu. Then we are going to choose this common this 1366 by 768 pixels. This is known as the normal web screen for large screens. So we are going to first create this, then after that we are going to use this one, which is going to be the portrait view of this web, which is going to work for the iPads, the iPhones, and other smaller devices we are going to be creating the contact form for, because I really want this to be responsive so that you guys can try it out and implement this on any website you're trying to build out. So let's get right into it. So you click on the create button and it creates this new layout for us. So the first thing we want to do is, I'm just going to zoom out here. I'm going to use Control minus. I'm not really good with Illustrator. I've only been using Illustrator for like 2 months now. So guys, please take it easy on me. Whatever you think is well, or whatever you think I'm doing wrong in the video, you can comment it down below so I can take note of that. So I'm just going to use this here. I think the button is not working. Okay, it's working now. I'm just using Control minus to decrease the layout, then to increase it by Control plus. So that seems to be working fine. So now that we have our layouts, let's get straight into the designing of our background. So there are two ways to do this actually. So if I go back to this design here, you can either create this single SVG background for the top and create this one separately also, but I'm going to be doing both of them as a full background, so we can just apply the whole background to our body in the web page and we don't have to do any other setup again. So let's get back to Illustrator. So the first thing I want to do now is to take this pen tool, use this to draw. So I'm going to first place my pen tool here. You click on it, then it creates this line. Once you click on the starting point, it creates this line. So I'm going to drag this line down here. I'm going to click on, hold on to shift to make sure it aligns properly. You click here, then now we click down here. So I've taken note of the design on the website we just checked out, which is Dribbble. If you don't have a Dribbble account, please register. It's very important. You can get a lot of designs from Dribbble. So I'm going to place this kind of slightly close to the halfway of the entire page. Remember, this is a full body full page we are creating for. So I'm going to stop here, like let's say 300 pixels. Let's take it 350. Let's see. Okay, it's okay right here. So I'm just going to hold on to shift and click here also. Take our first curve once again, then take the second one, which goes down like this. Then it's still kind of too close to the top, so I'm just going to cut it somewhere here. So, and then you drag it. You can actually do this your own way. You just have to define where you want the curve to be. For me, this is where I want the curve to be. Then we have this final curve, but this final curve is not really straight, so I'll just cut it down here. Or I can just Ctrl Z it again. Then I can drag it all the way here. Then make a curve. Then just drag. Yeah. Okay, let's look at the design once again to know what we are not getting right. So we have the curve goes in and stop here. Okay, it has to go all the way in and out. So I'm just going to Ctrl Z that. Like that. So I feel it's okay. It's looking pretty good. So now we're just going to stop that and click back on this anchor to finalize our design. So now we have the curve right now. So instead of making another curve right here, I think the simplest thing for us to do is just to duplicate this, then rotate it to the other way around. So now you click on the curve here, then you move over to the stroke. Just copy everything and put 0. We don't want any lines at the edge. Press the enter button, it helps you with that. So we've taken up the lines, so now it's fully transparent. We can't even see it until we highlight on that particular curve. So you click back on the curve, then move over to gradient, then just click the gradient like that. So that this is just to help us see what we are trying to do. So you hold on to Ctrl C and Ctrl F. I think that duplicates it. Let's try it out. Yeah, it duplicates. So Ctrl C, then Ctrl F. So you just hold down your Ctrl, press on C, then remove your hand from C, then press on F. That's the way I got that to work. So we're gonna come down here, try to align it with the top until you see the intersect line, so we know we are fully aligned with the one at the top. Yes. So now you click on, you right click, then go to transform, then you have rotate, then the rotate comes up. Now you need to click on this review so that as we rotate the diagram, we can actually see what we are rotating. So you click on preview, then change the angle to somewhere 181, so it rotates it to the other way around, but let's just make this 180 degrees. Let's see how it looks like. Okay, so now we kind of have it straight, so we move it in and place it there. But what I've noticed is there's no space for the contact form to stay. So for that, I'm just going to bring this down, take it down like this. So now we have space. Then move this one to this. It's not actually on the line. Move it into there. Then we move this one to, we move it upwards, so to make it smaller, so we can have space for the contact form and the rest. So now we have our curve fully done and dusted. So I hope you guys are following the video. You can create the curve the way you like. Once you get the hang of it, you can decide to change the way the curve looks like. So as you can see, we are not fully following the way the curve is here, because I'm not really perfect at Illustrator yet, but we are trying, we are getting there. So now that we have our curve, now we need to set the color. So you click on the gradient, then you come down here, you see the first one, you double click on that, then it opens up this panel for you. Right click, you just click on this this menu here, then click on RGB, so that you can get different styles of color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move over to the web, click on Ctrl+Shift+I here, so that we can capture this color, this exact color, to make use of. So you just want to scroll down at this right hand side, look for any color you can find there. Now, so I found one, you just click on the color, it gives us this color picker there, we can go ahead and pick. So this is the first color for the left hand side, so we click on that. Sorry for that. So we copy the color, Ctrl+C, then move over to Illustrator, then double click on this panel here for the left hand side, then paste that color in right here, then click enter. Then it gives us that nice blue color we have also on the artwork here. Then still on the website, let's try and get this color here, this lighter blue. You get that color, then copy it also, Ctrl+C, move over to Illustrator, click on the other part which is still black, so we change this also to RGB, then come over here and paste the color we copied, then click enter to add that. So now we have the color. I would have said we should do that, then we can just quickly do that here also. But normally, if you haven't duplicated, you can just delete this. Okay, let's just delete. We delete this, then Ctrl+C, Ctrl+F. So we have the color. We just align it down here. Yes. Then click rotate, transform, then rotate. Then move to 180 degree. Press OK. Then move it up. I think this way is faster. So we are done with the color. As you can see, if you move over, but there are still some things we need to add to this design. If we move down here, you can see this not too showing design right here, like a curve upwards, but I'm going to make mine different. Then we have this circle here, so I'm going to move back into Illustrator. The next thing I want you to do is to duplicate this again, Ctrl+C, Ctrl+F, then move it down a little bit. Make sure you're holding on shift to keep everything aligned. Then move it down here. Then what you want to do now is, don't take off your mouse from the second one. You click on the color palette here, go double click, then the opacity, put 0 for that. Okay, that's for the 0 for that. Then the other side, which is the bottom part of it, you just put this like 20%, then press enter, then click outside. Let's see how it looks. See, it gives us this nice design at the bottom. So we have that already done. So the next thing we want to do now is to create our shapes. I know it kind of doesn't look really nice right now, but when you apply it to the web page, it looks really beautiful. So but for here, let me just kind of switch things up a little bit, just make the color slightly, like, have a little bit of red in it. Then let's go back to blue. but we just add a little bit of more opacity to it. Click enter so you can see the line, the design better. So now we are done with that. Next thing is to create the shapes. So I'm just going to move over here where we have the rectangle tool. I'm going to select the polygon. I really like making use of the polygon. So you hold down shift to get a perfectly shaped polygon. Then next thing you want to do now is to select your selective tool, then click, bring it out. So we also have the same background as the second one, but we don't want that. I'm going to go back and delete this, then click on this outer one right here, then click the polygon and create a new polygon. Click on shift, not too big. Yeah, this is very fine. So you bring it out. So then we use Ctrl C, Ctrl F, Ctrl C, Ctrl F. Let's try and make 4 duplicates. Ctrl C, Ctrl F. So now we have 4 duplicates. You can just spread it around your screen if you like. Then, sorry guys, we just have to delete. Let's delete all the duplicates. Let there be just one, because I still want to style this, give it a little bit of gradient. So I don't want to do it for each of the duplicates. I just want to design it now, then use all the duplicates with the already styled design. So I'm going to bring this in a little bit to make it look like a droplet of water. As you can see, it's just looking like a deformed water on the floor. You know, normally water is shapeless, so we just bring it in a little bit more. Yeah, then we have that shape. Then we want to go over here, you click on this first part. So I want to make this one 0%, then come over here, then make this one a little bit kind of red, or whatever this color is. I don't really know, I'm not really good with colors. Then reduce your opacity to like 40%, then you press enter. Then we are done with that, so that we can try and achieve this curve right here. So we bring this in to, okay, let's make the duplicates. Ctrl C, Ctrl F. So we have all those duplicates that we can apply to different places. So we put the first duplicate here, then try and make it smaller. Hold on to your shift, then make it smaller so it stays there. As you can see, it looks really nice at this area. Let's bring it in, then let's try and make it bigger. Let's see. Okay, that's good. So as you can see, it looks slightly nice. We still need to add more of those. Add one right here, then reduce it, make this one really small, but the outer edges are all gone because they are really small. I'm just going to bring that back, then move it somewhere here. It's getting better. Bring one down here, then shift it in like that, then add the edges a little bit, then you can leave that there. Then this remaining two, I'm going to bring it to the center here, and I'm going to rotate it to the other side like this. Hold on to your shift to get a perfectly aligned rotation, or you can use the other method like we used the other time for the main curve. You go to transform, right click on the image, go to transform, then do that all over again. But I can just turn it around. That works fine because this is kind of small, we don't really need that. So I'm going to take this tool here, the direct selective tool. They're going to cut this out. See the way I drew the line? So you just show the line, you drag, then try and cover halfway of the polygon, then you click press delete to delete the other half. Then we go back to our selective tool, then just drag this in, let it align with the edge, then leave that there. So we have our design is looking better, it's coming together. Then the other one too, I just want this one to stick out here like this, but I want to switch. Let me just rotate it a little bit. Yeah, like that, so it sticks out like this. Then pull it in a little bit, make it smaller, get this in. Okay, let it stick out like that. Yeah, looks better. So we have all this polygon. Let's move it to the right. So all the designs don't just, all the polygons don't just stay in one place. So just to make everything, you can still duplicate this, Ctrl C, Ctrl F, get more polygon, bring it right here, then make it small, bring it to the center. Then what I want to do now is to take this selective tool once again. Let's just bring it out so we don't cut something we don't need to cut. So bring it out here, cut it halfway, but for me I'm going to cut down this bottom because I already rotated this a little bit. So just cut down the bottom, then delete. Then we have this half, we bring it in, then take our selective tool, then rotate it back like this, bring it in, let it look straight. So we have that design, but we have to work on this. You click on the other parts. Let's make this one bluish, then bring down the opacity to like 20%, press enter, then we are good to go. So we just make this bigger, just hold on to your shifts, make this bigger, then bring it here, then rotate it, let's take it to the top, and rotate it like this, take it inside. So we have something like that. So now that we have our background here, let's bring this down a bit. So now that we have our background already complete for the web view, so I'm just going to drag from the outside, drag everything, then do Ctrl G to group them all so that we can have them as one image like that. So I'm going to just click on everything so we can drag them out as you see, then do Ctrl Z to undo what we just did. So now I think we are pretty good. We can make use of this for the main web format. Then we'll do the other portrait design right now. So to export this, you just select them all again, then click on down here, or you can just right click, then export selection, then it brings out a menu here, then you can just change the name to just design, or let's say SVG dash background BG, short form for background. So I save it in whichever file you want to save it. So I save it here, it automatically opens up the file for me according to my setting. So I'm just going to minimize that. So after minimizing that, I think we are done with this. Next thing is we're going to try and create the mobile format for what we just did now. Because I'm not too professional with Illustrator, I think there's a better way to do this. If you know the better way to do it, so you can just do that on your own. But the way I do mine, it's stressful, but I know there will be a better method to do this. So I just create a new, and if there's no better method, then we just have to do it this way. So you can still take the common, since you don't have this already, but what you're going to do now is you come over here, then click on this portrait layout here. But since I already have mine in portrait, I've designed something like that before, so it just gives me the portrait layout. So now we have the portrait layout, you click on create. Okay, now that we have that, let me just close this. So now we just zoom out, we have the portrait. It's not even looking portrait to me. No. I don't think this is portrait. Let me just quickly go back up, then create a new once again, then click on this, which is the portrait, click create. Yes, this is what we are going for. So now we have the portrait view. This helps out when we have mobile devices using that same application, for the users to be able to get that same experience like the people using the desktop devices. We have to create portrait layouts like this that supports iPhones and other smaller devices. So we still have the design right there on this portrait layout. So let's quickly get to it so we can end this video. The video is getting long already. So we're going to do the same thing from we did in the last design. So we click here, then drag over here, then click on shift, hold down on shift, then click there, then drag down. Since this is a portrait design, it's going to be a little bit longer, so we have more space to work with. So I'm just going to bring it down here like halfway, not really halfway, but quarter way. It's kind of. So we bring the design in. We are designing for a small device, so we don't really need to make the lines too extensive, so all the curves can fit into the mobile device. So we bring it here, drag it down here, then create that design like that, and bring it here. Simply kind of the same way we did the rest, the other one before. Then take it here, then bring it down here. So actually pressing on the shift right now, that is why it gave me this selection, because this is kind of the perfect place to leave it. So you keep it there, then drag back to the top, don't forget to do that, then drag back to the top. Then we are done. So now let's quickly add all the colors, then duplicate for the lower layer. So now I'm just going to take on my selection to take this, go to the stroke, then make this 0, then press enter, then move on to the gradient, select this gradient. Then for this side, I made a mistake, just press Ctrl Z, Ctrl Z. So I'm going to go to the previous one, then get the color for this, just select. So everything is actually grouped now, so we're going to select them all, then ungroup. You ungroup now, we can select this particular one with the main design color. So we're just going to select the first color, which is this, Ctrl C, move on to the other design which we have here, then select that for the first one. Remember to click on this menu, then select RGB, then move it here, then paste, enter button. Then we go back again to select the other lighter color, which is this part. You click on it, copy the color, Ctrl C. So we are pretty much doing the same thing over again, but in a portrait design. So RGB again, then paste it. So if you're good with Adobe Illustrator, you can just quickly do this on your own and you get over with it and you're done with the video. But if you don't, just follow me to the end through the whole entire video. So now we're done with that. So I think we can now duplicate. As you can see, it's even looking much more better on the mobile device than the desktop application desktop layouts. So now I'm just going to Ctrl C and Ctrl F to duplicate, then bring it down here, align it properly, make sure we get that line at the center. Now it's properly aligned, then we're just going to rotate, transform, rotate 180 degrees. Okay, it automatically does that for us because we've been using the same for a while. So we have a very beautiful design, but once again it's too long, so we're just going to cut it down a little bit. Hold on to shift. Okay, don't hold on to shift, just put it like that, and let's bring the top down a little bit, then take this, then drop it more. So we're done here. The next thing is just to create the polygons and place them where we want them to be. So we select the polygon, then do that, hold on to shift. So we have our polygon, take our selection to bring it out, then we have to bring the shape in a little bit. Okay, it's alright. Then let's edit, drop the opacity of this one. You can drop it to 10, it depends on your own preference. You can choose to practicalize what you're learning now and try out different colors. So I'm just going to drop mine to 0, then take the other side, then get that kind of red outer color. I still don't know what that color is. Anyway, so just get that color, then drop the opacity also to like 50% or 60, whichever one suits you. I think 50% should be fine. It's supposed to follow the same opacity as the other one, but it doesn't really matter. You can do something different here. Then when the person switches to a mobile device, he sees an entirely different design. It just looks so good. So we're done with this. Click on the enter. Let's just look at how it looks like on the blue background. So it looks really awesome. So we bring it back out. We are done with the polygon. We just need to duplicate and place them. The next thing we need to do is to duplicate this one again. Ctrl C, Ctrl F. Then bring it down a little bit. Make sure it's well aligned. Then for this one, we take this one to be 0. So we just select 0, press enter, go to the other side, drop this one to like 20%. Okay, 20% is fine. And if you want to still increase yours so people can actually see it much more clearly, you can click on that, then go down here, double click here, then make it even 40% if you want, or still 30. Okay, 30. So 30 works fine. Still 20. Okay, notice it didn't actually change. Press enter. So we got the design down there. So now let's duplicate our polygon. Then we are done with the video. Ctrl C, Ctrl F, Ctrl C, Ctrl F, Ctrl C, Ctrl F, Ctrl C, Ctrl F, Ctrl C, Ctrl F. So we just quickly place them. So we're going to place one here. Then increase this one. Hold on to shift, then increase it. Then rotate it a little bit. Let's just get that curve coming out a little bit there. Then drag the shape. Let's just reduce it back. Hold on to shift, then reduce it, then bring it out. Then we got that design. But for here now, we have to still drop it a little bit again and bring it out here. Looks too aligned with the shape there, so bring it out to the other side. Then we can still rotate it to look much more better. Yeah, better. So we have to cut out this part we are not making use of, that is coming out of the layout. So we take our selection to, then just drag it out there like that. Is there a mistake? Let's click on delete first to find out. Okay, it's all good. So we take that, align it properly like that, and we are good. Then we take out that one and bring it down here. That's fine. Then we take on that one, then drop it here. Remember, in the bigger one, drop this one here. Then we take this one and drop it down here. Then this should be the last one. Okay, there's still one more. Okay, this one we just rotate it this way, then take it and drop it from the top down here. Let's drop it from the second one. This part, I don't really think we're going to see this part much because the contact form is going to cover it up. So you can just drop it here, then rotate it once again so it doesn't look too geometric, kind of. So just bring it out, bring out the shape a little bit. It doesn't look too polygon, kind of. So we got that out. So the next one, remember we dropped it here. Sorry for that, don't mind the cough. So we're going to just shift this out to rotate it to the other way around so we can get that to align. Then we have that now. Then we cut out the other part which is coming out because we don't want that in our design. So you just drag, then click on delete. It deletes. It didn't delete completely. We can just click again and delete that. So we take our selection to, then move this straight to the borderline of the entire design. Yeah. So we have that. So I think we don't need this. It's looking kind of weird right there, so I'm just going to delete that. Then we're good, we are fine with this. So we are done with our design. Remember, we are going to drag from the top down to group it once again, Ctrl G, and we are done. Then now we take the entire thing and export collection. Then we export the full background. You can see the little preview of the background here. Then you see everything is perfectly fine with the background. It's in SVG format. Please don't choose PNG, make use of SVG so it will be easy to adjust when implementing it on web applications or websites or mobile application, anyone you want to use it for. So we export that, and it brings out this window here because I already have assets 1 in my folder. So I'm just going to quickly change this to SVG BG -SM, maybe small, yeah, for small. Then we save that, and it opens up the folder, and we have it right here. So we are done with that. So we are done with our design. So that's all for the video. I really appreciate you guys for watching the video. I hope you learned a lot on how to create SVG background. For more of design videos, please click the subscribe button to subscribe to my channel, and please hit that like button, show some love, and the your likes encourage me to make more videos like this for you guys. So I want to keep making sure that you guys are doing better in your design world and design products. So thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate you guys. I love you all, and thank you very much. Bye bye.